What is up, everyone? March8 here, bringing you guys the news in a flash. Let's get right into it. First off, as a little bit of a channel update, I want to tell you guys that I finally have started a Patreon. If you guys are interested in donating to help the channel out, anything will be appreciated. I will leave the links for that down below. But along with this Patreon, I'm also going to be focusing a lot of attention into the Twitch channel as well. Right now, we are currently doing a 100-hour live stream of Monster Hunter Worlds. We're not playing like 100 straight hours, but I'm breaking it up into daily intervals. But the main goal is to clock in 100 hours into that game, and we'll be live streaming all of it. So if you guys are interested in checking that out as well, it'll be down below. And one of the things that's interesting about this live stream, one of the things I really want to push for is that the last 5 hours of the 100-hour challenge, any donations that are made within those 5 hours, I want it to go completely to charity. Like that has been one of my goals this entire time with this channel, and both the Twitch channel and this YouTube channel, is that I want to have some sort of way of funneling money into charity. I don't know why, but it's always just been like one of my main goals for this channel, if it ever got to, you know, great heights. But anyways, if you guys are interested in checking it out, links will be down below. Thank you all, and let's get into the news. And we have another band member that has allowed politics to overrule reality. This time, however, it is very likely that there is going to be some legal ramifications over this, as there should be. We'll get to that in a second. But what's double unfortunate about it is that it is another band that I like. Like, what the actual hell is going on here, guys? Because now we have Mike Ness of Social Distortion, who, according to CBS Local Sacramento, decided to stop performing in the middle of a show at the Ace of Spades on July 17th, call over a fan, spit in that fan's face, and then start punching that fan multiple times in the face, all for holding up his middle finger in his silent protest after Ness decided to go on stage and politically badmouth both President Trump and America. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Physical violence against somebody over a political disagreement. Not only that, but they also threw him out of the venue as well. So that there's that as well. They threw out the fan. Ness left this fan with 2 black eyes, a busted lip, a concussion, and almost knocked out his teeth. All because he got triggered that someone was silently protesting him at his concert over political disagreement. I mean, and people want to smash Trump's crowd as being the violent type. And listen, I know, I've been in the punk community for quite a while now, and I know that there's a level of controversy within this culture. There always has been and there always will be, but that is not an excuse for committing violence against fans over disagreements in politics. Besides the fact, you want to know who was beating up people who literally disagreed with? You want to know whose main tactic that was early on? The Nazis and the fascists. Like, if you disagreed with the Nazis, they would literally send people to go beat you up so that you were too scared to oppose them. That was literally one of their tactics. Okay? And people wonder why I gave Keith Buckley so much crap for condoning violence against those who politically disagree with him by wearing MAGA hats. This is exactly why. And I mean, Mike Ness, who is 56 years old and has been doing this for a very long time. And Social Distortion has been around, like, what, 20 years now or something like that? But he's been doing this for a pretty long time now. And for him to stop his show and to physically attack a fan, it's just insane to me. Like, he's a fan beater. That's what he is. He beats up his fans. I mean, and if he's willing to beat up his fans over a political disagreement, who knows who else he's willing to beat up? I know that kind of sounds like allegations and stuff like that, but it's not. I'm just saying. Either way around, there's already an ongoing investigation, along with the fan stating that charges will be pressed against Ness, as they should be. You know what? You shouldn't be punching people who disagree with you. That's insane. I mean, Ness caused this person damage. I mean, there's probably a hospital bill there that has to be paid for. And this hits close to home to me. I know people who go to a lot of concerts and have opinions that people on the left would be revolted to hear. These are people I care about. These are my friends. One thing about me is that I have a tendency to cherish my friends, even in the worst of times. You know, and I know that's not the greatest way of going through life and such, and I know I'm not a perfect human and I've made mistakes, but it comes from a place where I've learned what it meant to not have any friends, okay? It came from that place of being an outcast, where friends were few and far between. Where, you know, being alone and forgotten about became a norm. So hearing this kind of shit and thinking about what if it was one of my friends that was in that situation, I'll tell you right now, I'd be fucking furious. All right? And if I was there, I might very well turn into Dave Lombardo and use his head as a drumstick if he did that to one of my friends. And yes, I do hear the hypocrisy coming out of my own mouth, but I'm just trying to emphasize just how angry I would be if one of my friends was in that kind of a situation. If one of my friends was being attacked by a frontman over some sort of political disagreement that could have been just talked out. You know, that's the craziest thing about this thing. I mean, these dudes could have just talked it out after the show or something like that. But no, Mike Ness thought the best course of action was to start throwing punches. That's just crazy to me. That's just insane to me. Anyways, if you guys want to check out the reports on this, or if you want to see the video that was released of this incident happening, it will be left down below in the description for you guys to check out. Alright, moving on, let's get into some good news. Save the Day is back with a new album, their first in 5 years, and the new album is titled 9, with this being, of course, their 9th studio album. It is set to be released on October 26th through Equal Vision Records, and they've also dropped the first single off it called Randezvous. I'm actually really excited about this. Like Every Time I Die, Save the Day is definitely on that list of favorite bands for me. All Time Low has put out their new music video for their song Birthday, which, if you remember, was their new song that was revealed earlier this year, I think, when they sent out a birthday cake to a fan that had like a link written on it. And then when that fan went to that link, they discovered the song. The release date for the Nintendo Switch version of Dark Souls Remastered has finally been announced, and it is set for October 19th, 2018. Every Time I Die has announced they are heading on a new US tour this November and December with support from Turnstile, Angel Dust, and Vane. Check out the dates for that below. Whitechapel has announced they are heading on the second leg of their This Is Exile tour, where they plan to play the album from beginning to end. Support will come from Chelsea Grin, Oceano, and Slaughter to Prevail. Check out the dates below. Real Friends has announced they're heading on a new headliner tour this fall with support from Boston Manor, Grayscale, and Eat Your Heart Out. Check out the dates for that below. Waterparks has announced they're heading on a new fall North American tour. Check out those dates below as well. And William Ryan Key, formerly of Yellow Card, has put out a new music video for his song Old Friends. Me Without You has released their new song Julia, or Holy to the Lord on the Bells of Horses. You know, disregarding the weirdness of the song titled, which, you know, it's Me Without You, so weird is pretty much their norm. I did enjoy the song. It's actually pretty fun. Check it out below. Boston Manor has released their new song, their new music video, Bad Machines, which any of those songs or music videos can be found in the description below. And now it's time to get into some things that are awesome. Musician Ro Panganti, I think is what it is. I know I probably slaughtered that. Anyways, he dropped a new album called The Temples, which is basically this Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time inspired album that he amazingly twists this like rock / prog metal tone to it, and it just comes out awesome. It's amazing. I love this thing. Anyways, the album will include 8 tracks. It is now available on Bandcamp, Spotify, and iTunes, and it's definitely worth a check out if you guys are into that kind of thing. And finally, for things that suck, we got a couple of them. So the new Doom Eternal trailer made some people on the left not very happy. And I know that's not a very hard thing to do, but I still find this story particularly funny. Because there's a part during the trailer where an AI hologram goes, "Remember, demons can be an offensive term. Refer to them as mortally challenged," with it being an obvious jab at the cult of SJW. It even makes another comment saying, "Earth is the melting pot of the universe." Which at that point, Earth is pretty much completely overrun by demons and hell. So, obviously the left knows nothing about what a joke is, and not to let their absurdity disappoint anyone, some of their members immediately jumped on this and went right for calling it racist, saying that it put illegal immigration in the context of a genocidal demonic invasion of hell. Right, because, you know, the pure brilliance of the left is always shining bright. You know, it's just so dumb. Luckily, fans and even a game designer, Mark Kern, went out to defend Doom Eternal's humor. Here's what he had to tweet. "Here's the thing. If you actually got offended about Doom calling demons mortally challenged, you are tactfully admitting that your whole politically correct ideology is junk and therefore easily mocked. In short, you recognized your own BS and you got mad that someone showed you." And I completely agree with it. They got pissed off that people pointed out the stupidity of their argument. But what do you guys think, though? Do you think that these jokes were out of line, or do you think that the internet is just being its overly reactive self as usual? Leave a comment down below letting me know. And the final story today is one that, you know, it only sucks because I have to make a correction to a previous video we covered a few video backs, and because there's major misreporting on the police side of things here. If you guys remember a couple videos back, we talked about two elderly gentlemen who left their nursing home to attend Wacken Open Air Festival. Police later found them around 3 a.m. and they were escorted back to their home. Well, it turns out that a lot of things in this story weren't actually true, even though the police reports originally stated that they were. According to the Consequence of Sound, the two men, who were actually 58 and 59 years old, so not technically elderly, never actually made it to Wacken Open Air Festival. They had just gone to Wacken to party and drink. Okay, that's fine. That's not that big of a deal. But it is a direct contradiction to what the police originally stated when they said that the two obviously liked the music festival. Where the confusion seems to have arisen is the fact that police found these two gentlemen at a medical tent that was being used for the festival instead of, around like a bar or something like that. No, where the situation becomes serious and where I expect better reporting from the police side is the fact that these two men weren't actually from a nursing home. No, they were from a medical health institution. Okay. When it comes to police reports, I expect better from this. Okay, the Metal Festival mistake isn't that big of a deal. I can see where the confusion from that was coming from. But the mistake about them being from a nursing home instead of a mental health facility is a major flaw. It completely changes the entire story here. Instead of a couple of elderly gentlemen just going out to have a blast instead of being cooped up in a nursing home all day, we're instead talking about two people who have mental health issues and were admitted into a facility to help them with those issues, being able to sneak out and enter into public unchecked. I mean, thankfully these guys weren't dangerous or anything, and were just out for having a good time. But it still needs to be addressed, okay? This is a flaw in the system, and if this had been somebody dangerous, people could have gotten hurt. I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole thing? Leave your comments down below. I know not a whole lot of people are making a big deal about it, but I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents about it because I kind of felt like this was kind of a major flaw on the police reporting side of things here. But let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. Leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you want more. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Mars out.